Today, I want us to think about what it truly means to stand our ground, to dig in and say, I will not lose. This isn't just about winning every battle or achieving every goal with ease. No, this is about a commitment, a fierce resilience that says, I will keep going no matter what. Now, let's be real, life will test us. It will send us curves and blocks, and it will tempt us to take shortcuts or abandon our dreams. When we face challenges, sometimes it feels like we're in a relentless storm and all we want is to find shelter. But instead, we learn to stand firm in our purpose, not because we think the storm won't knock us down, but because we know that we can rise up again and again. When we choose persistence over perfection, we're deciding to focus on movement and growth rather than getting everything right from the start. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that we should be flawless, that our work, our relationships, even our own personal growth should reach some idealized standard. But let me tell you, perfection is a myth, a shiny illusion that keeps us stuck in hesitation and self-doubt. It's a moving target that we can never truly reach, no matter how hard we try. Now, what if we chose to be persistent instead? To show up every day, no matter how uncertain, tired, or overwhelmed we feel, and simply take the next step. Persistence is a commitment to keep going, even when the path is unclear, even when the outcome is not guaranteed. Unlike perfection, which is rigid and demanding, persistence is flexible. It allows for missteps, for learning, for growth. It doesn't expect us to be flawless, it simply asks us to be faithful to the journey. When we prioritize persistence, we give ourselves permission to make mistakes. We learn to view setbacks as part of the process rather than as proof of our inadequacy. Imagine what would happen if, instead of seeing a mistake as a failure, we saw it as an opportunity to learn something new, to try again with more insight, to build resilience. Persistence also frees us from the exhausting need to please everyone. In chasing perfection, we often look outward, trying to meet the expectations of others, fearing their judgment if we fall short. But when we choose persistence, we look inward. We anchor ourselves in our own values and what truly matters to us. We let go of trying to impress, and instead, we focus on our personal commitment to keep going one step at a time. And yes, sometimes persistence is quiet. It doesn't always come with big wins or applause. It's the grit in our everyday moments, the quiet courage it takes to say, I'm not giving up today. Persistence asks us to redefine success, not as reaching the finish line in one leap, but as showing up, learning, adjusting, and staying dedicated to the journey itself. So embrace persistence over perfection. Understand that growth happens in the messy, unpredictable process of trying, failing, learning, and trying again. The more we lean into persistence, the more we let go of needing to be perfect, and the more free, creative, and resilient we become. In a world where we are conditioned to see setbacks as failures, as signs that we're not good enough or that we've hit a dead end, it's time to rewrite that narrative. Setbacks are not signs of defeat. They are not barriers that block our progress. In reality, they are essential stepping stones on the path to becoming who we are meant to be. Think about the times when you faced a setback, when things didn't go as planned or when a goal seemed to slip through your fingers. In those moments, it's easy to feel disheartened, frustrated, and ready to throw in the towel. But what if those moments were actually opportunities in disguise? What if, instead of viewing setbacks as stumbling blocks, we saw them as invitations to grow, to expand, and to learn something we might not have understood before? Setbacks, in many ways, are the universe's way of redirecting us towards something better. Often, we're so fixated on a specific outcome, a specific path, that we fail to see the bigger picture. When things don't go as expected, we are forced to stop, reflect, and recalibrate. These pauses are where the real lessons are found. Consider this: every time you've faced a challenge or encountered an obstacle, you've likely learned something new about yourself. Maybe you discovered how resilient you are when things get tough. Maybe you learned that you have the ability to adapt to change, or that the path you thought you should take wasn't the right one for you after all. Setbacks help us refine our goals, fine-tune our strategies, and most importantly, shape our character. When we reframe setbacks as stepping stones, we begin to see them as part of the natural ebb and flow of life. Growth doesn't happen in a straight line. It's a winding road filled with detours, bumps, and unexpected turns. Each detour offers a new perspective, a new piece of the puzzle that helps us build a more complete picture of who we are and what we're truly capable of. These failures aren't just lessons, they are the soil in which our strength, the determination, and wisdom are cultivated. The most successful people in the world didn't achieve greatness because they were immune to setbacks. They achieved it because they learned how to navigate through them, how to use them as fuel to propel themselves forward. In fact, every setback can be a catalyst for greater creativity and problem solving. When things fall apart, we are forced to think outside the box, to innovate and to find new solutions. Setbacks can spark our most brilliant ideas, challenge us to grow beyond our current limitations, and push us to achieve things we never thought possible. Reframing setbacks also frees us from the fear of failure. If setbacks are just part of the process, then there's nothing to fear. It's not about avoiding mistakes or trying to be perfect. It's about learning how to navigate them with grace and patience. Every time we face a challenge and choose to rise above it, we gain confidence in our ability to handle whatever life throws our way. The key to embracing setbacks is in how we choose to respond to them. We can allow them to define us, to keep us stuck in frustration and self-doubt, or we can see them as invitations to grow, learn, and adapt. We can choose to rise up, adjust our course, and keep moving forward with even more clarity and purpose than before. When you encounter a setback, remember it is not the end. It is not an indication of your inadequacy. It is simply a step, a necessary part of your journey. Each setback brings you closer to your ultimate success, not by helping you avoid challenges, but by teaching you how to face them head on and emerge stronger than ever. Commitment is not about grand gestures or perfect moments. It's about showing up day after day, especially when life feels like it's asking more from you than you think you can give. The hardest days, the ones where your energy feels drained, your spirit feels weak, and the weight of everything seems too heavy to carry, are the days that require the most from you. But it's in those moments when you don't feel like showing up that your true strength is revealed. We all have days when the world feels overwhelming, when our own fears and doubts creep in, making it hard to even get out of bed. On those days, the thought of facing another challenge, meeting another expectation, or taking another step forward can feel like too much. But here's the truth: it is precisely on those hard days when we need to show up the most. It is in those moments of struggle that we learn the most about our own resilience, and that's where our growth happens. When we commit to showing up, even when it feels impossible, we are making a powerful choice. We're choosing to honor our purpose, our dreams, and ourselves. We're refusing to let our circumstances define us, and instead, we're taking responsibility for our own journey. It doesn't matter how small the step is. It doesn't matter how imperfectly we show up. What matters is that we show up at all. Showing up doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out. It doesn't mean that everything will go smoothly or that you'll feel 100% ready. In fact, showing up on the hardest days often means accepting that you're not okay, that things are tough, but still deciding to push forward anyway. It means doing what you can with what you have, even if all you can manage is one small action. I think about it every time you choose to show up. Despite the overwhelming odds, you're building a muscle. You're strengthening your resilience. You're proving to yourself that you are capable of handling more than you thought possible. And over time, that commitment to showing up becomes ingrained in you so that when future challenges arise, you don't hesitate. You've already built the habit of moving forward, even when it's hard. One of the most important things to remember is that showing up doesn't always look like success. Some days showing up means simply surviving. It means getting through the day one breath at a time. Some days showing up is about acknowledging that things are hard and giving yourself grace. And some days showing up means asking for help, reaching out for support, or being vulnerable about what you need. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present, being authentic, and being willing to take the next step. The commitment to show up, especially on the hard days, is also a commitment to your future self. Every time you push through a difficult moment, every time you keep going when the world seems to be against you, you're laying the foundation for a stronger, wiser, more resilient version of yourself. These hard days are not roadblocks, they are the groundwork for the person you are becoming. In those moments when you feel like giving up, remember that you don't have to go at it alone. Showing up doesn't always mean doing it all on your own. Sometimes it means reaching out, finding support, and leaning on others who are there to lift you up. Community, connection, and support are all part of the process of showing up. We weren't meant to face everything alone. It's easy to show up when things are going well, when life is flowing smoothly, and when the results are clear. But it's in the difficult moments when we feel defeated or disheartened that showing up becomes an act of profound courage. It's in these moments that you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you realize. You're not just surviving, you are becoming, evolving, and growing. So commit to showing up, even on the hardest days. It's not always about making progress in leaps and bounds. Sometimes it's about making one small decision to keep moving, even when the path feels unclear. Sometimes it's just about getting through the day, doing the best you can with what you have, and trusting that each small step counts. Over time, those small, consistent acts of showing up will add up. You'll look back and realize that even on the hardest days, you kept going. And that will be the ultimate proof of your strength and your unwavering commitment to your journey. The fear of others' opinions is one of the most powerful forces that can hold us back in life. It can shape the way we dress, speak, and even the way we think about ourselves. It drives us to seek approval, to fit in, and to conform to societal expectations, often at the cost of our true selves. But here's the reality: the moment we choose to let go of the fear of others' opinions is the moment we reclaim our power, our voice, and our authenticity. Let's be honest, we all care about what others think. It's human nature to want to be accepted, to be liked, and to feel like we belong. But when the desire for external validation takes the wheel, it can steer us down paths that are not our own. We may find ourselves making decisions based on what others expect from us, rather than what aligns with our own values, passions, and dreams. We begin to wear masks, play roles, and pretend to be someone we're not because we're afraid of being judged, criticized, or rejected. But here's the truth: no matter how hard we try to please everyone, it will never be enough. People's opinions are often shaped by their own experiences, biases, and limitations. No matter how much we conform, there will always be someone who disagrees, someone who critiques, someone who doesn't understand our choices. If we continue to live our lives based on others' opinions, we will forever be chasing something that is elusive and unreliable. The only way to find true peace is to let go of that fear. Letting go of the fear of others' opinions means choosing to live for yourself, not for anyone else. It means learning to trust your own judgment, to believe in your own worth, and to embrace your individuality without needing validation from the outside world. It's about releasing the need for constant approval and instead grounding your sense of self in who you are, not in what others think of you. This doesn't mean we stop caring about others altogether. Healthy relationships, support systems, and feedback from people we trust are essential. But there's a difference between considering someone else's opinion with an open heart and letting their opinion control your decisions, your mood, and your sense of self-worth. When you let go of the fear of others' opinions, you stop living in a reactive mode. You stop adjusting your behavior, your choices, and your dreams based on what others may think or say. Instead, you take full ownership of your life, knowing that the only opinion that truly matters is your own. The process of letting go is not always easy. In fact, it requires tremendous courage and self-compassion. We are so conditioned to seek approval that it can feel uncomfortable, even scary, to break free from that pattern. But the more we practice letting go, the more liberating it becomes. We begin to realize that the opinions of others are often fleeting, subjective, and at the end of the day, not worth the weight they've carried in our lives. Their judgments do not define us, and they do not determine our value. To let go of the fear of others' opinions is to accept that we are not perfect. We are flawed, we are messy, and we are beautifully human. And that's okay. We don't need to be perfect to be worthy of love, respect, or success. The fear of others' opinions often stems from a fear of being exposed, the fear that if people see who we truly are, they won't like us. But the truth is, our imperfections, our quirks, our authenticity are the things that make us unique. When we stop hiding behind the mask of what we think others want to see, we allow ourselves to be truly seen. And it is in that authenticity that we find true connection, true joy, and true fulfillment. So how do we begin to let go? The first step is awareness. Pay attention to the moments when you find yourself holding back, second-guessing yourself, or changing who you are just to fit into someone else's idea of what's acceptable. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is this decision aligned with who I am, or am I making it because I fear how others might perceive me? Next, practice self-compassion. Let go of the expectation of perfection and allow yourself to make mistakes, to stumble, and to grow. Understand that not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. You're not here to live up to someone else's vision of success. You're here to create your own. In a world that often glorifies results, it's easy to fall into the trap of focusing only on the end goal. We are taught from a young age that success is defined by what we achieve, by the milestones we hit, the accolades we collect, and the final outcome of our efforts. But here's the truth: if we only trust in the outcome, we are missing out on the deeper, more transformative power that lies in the process itself. The outcome is always what we see from the outside. It's the finish line, the product, the achievement that everyone else can see. But the process, the journey that gets us there is where the real magic happens. It's in the quiet moments of hard work, the failures, the small victories, the challenges we face, and the lessons we learn along the way. The outcome may bring temporary satisfaction, but it is the process that shapes who we are, how we grow, and what we become. Trusting in the process means letting go of the need to control everything, of trying to micromanage every step of the way. It means accepting that growth is rarely linear, and that sometimes progress feels slow, messy, or even non-existent. It requires us to have patience with ourselves, to be kind in moments of uncertainty, and to stay committed even when we can't see the results right away. Think about the times in your life when you set a goal and didn't achieve it as quickly as you had hoped. The frustration of not getting there fast enough. It can be overwhelming, but if we take a step back and look at what we gained in the process, we often realize that the journey itself was the real reward. Maybe you gained new skills, maybe you learned more about your own strength and resilience, or maybe you learned that the goal you set wasn't the right one for you after all. Trusting in the process doesn't mean that the outcome doesn't matter. It means understanding that the outcome is just one small piece of the puzzle. Trusting the process also means embracing the unknown. When we focus solely on the outcome, we create rigid expectations for how things should unfold. We want everything to go according to plan, to move in the direction we anticipate. But the reality is that life is full of surprises, twists, and turns. We can't always predict the future, And sometimes the best opportunities come from the unexpected detours we take along the way. If we are too fixated on the outcome, we might miss these opportunities, or worse, we might give up altogether when things don't go as planned. In the process of working towards something, we often face setbacks, obstacles, and challenges. These moments can feel discouraging, even defeating. But if we trust in the process, we start to see that these moments are not failures, they are necessary. They are the moments that teach us the most about ourselves, that force us to adapt and grow. The setbacks aren't a sign that we're doing something wrong, they are a sign that we're moving forward, that we're pushing ourselves beyond what's comfortable. Without them, there would be no growth. Without the process, there would be no real transformation. Trusting the process also means being present in each moment. So often we focus on the end result, but the real experience of life is found in the here and now. Each step, each effort, each small choice is an opportunity to learn, to refine, and to enjoy the journey itself. When we focus only on the outcome, we miss the richness of the experience, the way each challenge, every moment of doubt, and each step forward adds something valuable to our story. The process is where we find meaning, purpose, and growth. When we learn to trust the process, we let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is rooted in the desire for flawless results, for an outcome that looks just as we envisioned it. But the truth is that perfection is often an illusion. The pursuit of perfection can paralyze us, causing us to avoid taking action because we're afraid it won't turn out right. But trusting the process allows us to move beyond this fear. It's not about getting everything perfect, it's about showing up, doing the work, and letting go of the need for everything to fall into place exactly as we expect. Each moment in the process is an opportunity to show up as our authentic selves, to be vulnerable, to take risks, and to embrace our imperfections. When we trust in the process, we trust that every step, whether it feels like progress or not, is leading us towards something valuable. It's in this trust that we find our true power, not in waiting for the outcome, but in the act of doing, learning, and becoming. The more we trust in the process, the more we realize that the outcome is not the ultimate measure of our success. It's not the achievement itself that defines us, but the person we become along the way. It's the persistence, the resilience, the growth, and the courage to keep moving forward despite the challenges. The outcome is just a byproduct of the process. It's the process that shapes us and prepares us for whatever comes next. So as you work toward your goals, as you navigate the ups and downs of life, remember this trust in the process. Trust that every step is valuable, even if you can't see the results immediately. Trust that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, and that every setback is a stepping stone towards something greater. Trust that in the end, the process will lead you to exactly where you need to be, and that who you become in the process is far more important than the outcome itself. Owning your journey is an act of profound self-empowerment. It's about stepping into the life you're creating without hesitation or doubt, and taking full responsibility for where you are, where you're going, and who you're becoming. It's about embracing your path, every twist, every turn, every moment of struggle, and every victory as your own. The world can be full of distractions, opinions, and external pressures, but when you own your journey, you are not swayed by others' expectations or doubts. You trust in yourself, in your choices, and in your unique story. Confidence is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly where your path will take you. It's about trusting that you have the strength to navigate whatever comes your way, even when things are uncertain. Confidence is rooted in self-belief, in knowing that you are enough as you are, regardless of the external circumstances or the opinions of others. It's about understanding that your value is inherent, not dependent on external achievements or validation. Confidence allows you to move forward with courage, even when the road is unclear, because you know that you have what it takes to handle the challenges that arise. But confidence alone isn't enough. Resilience is the other half of the equation. Resilience is the ability to keep going, to get back up when life knocks you down, and to keep moving forward when things don't go according to plan. It's about being adaptable and open to learning even when setbacks arise. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel hurt, disappointed, or discouraged. It means that when you do, you don't let those feelings stop you. Instead, you learn from them, you grow, and you keep going. Owning your journey with confidence and resilience means taking full responsibility for your choices, both the successes and the mistakes. It means understanding that no one else can live your life for you, and that no one else can tell you what your path should look like. Your journey is yours alone, and you have the power to shape it, to course correct when necessary, and to move forward in the direction that aligns with your heart and your soul. The moment you take ownership of your journey is the moment you stop waiting for permission from others or looking for someone to tell you what to do. You become the leader of your own life, charting the course and taking the steps to create the future you want. Being confident in your journey means making decisions that align with your values, even when it's difficult. It means knowing that it's okay to say no to things that don't serve you, to walk away from situations or people that drain your energy, and to prioritize your own well-being. When you own your journey, you stop letting fear dictate your choices. Instead, you let your inner compass guide you, trusting that even when the decisions feel hard or uncertain, they are leading you closer to the life you are meant to live. Resilience is the ability to adapt and evolve when life challenges you. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but about facing them head-on with the belief that you can get through them. Resilience allows you to navigate the unexpected, to keep your head up when things get tough, and to believe that each setback is not a reflection of your worth, but an opportunity to learn and grow. It is through adversity that we often find our deepest strength and greatest capacity for growth. Every challenge becomes a chance to refine your character, to dig deeper into your inner resources, and to build a stronger foundation for the future. Owning your journey with confidence and resilience also means being patient with yourself. There will be days when the path feels unclear, when you question your decisions, or when you wonder if you're doing it right. It's in these moments that your confidence and resilience will guide you, reminding you that there is no one right way to live your life. There is only your way, the one that you create through your actions, your choices, and your perseverance. Patience with yourself means knowing that growth takes time and that every step, no matter how small, is a step forward. It's about trusting that the path you're on is the right one for you, even when it's not easy. There will be moments when others doubt your journey, when they question your choices, or when they try to impose their vision of success onto you. Owning your journey means staying grounded in your truth, even when the world around you feels uncertain. It means trusting that your journey is valid, even when others may not understand it. You don't need anyone else's approval to move forward. You just need to trust in your own inner wisdom, in your own ability to navigate the twists and turns of life. Confidence and resilience work together to create a solid foundation for owning your journey. Confidence is the belief that you can handle whatever life throws at you, while resilience is the perseverance to keep moving forward, even when it feels difficult. When you combine both, you create a powerful force within yourself, a force that doesn't waver when the world challenges you, a force that doesn't give up when things get hard. Confidence allows you to take the leap. Resilience helps you stay on course. By owning your journey, you stop living for others or for external validation. Instead, you live for yourself. You choose to take control of your own story, to carve your own path, and to trust that each step is leading you exactly where you need to be. There's no roadmap for life, no guaranteed way to success. But when you own your journey with confidence and resilience, you create the path yourself, one that is uniquely yours, grounded in your values, your dreams, and your capacity to grow. Owning your journey with confidence and resilience is not about perfection. And it's not about having it all figured out. It's about trusting yourself enough to take the first step, knowing that the road ahead will have its challenges, but also its beautiful moments of growth. It's about embracing every part of your path, the highs and the lows, as integral to your transformation. When you trust in yourself, when you believe in your ability to navigate through difficulties, and when you understand that setbacks are simply lessons in disguise, you give yourself permission to move forward with unwavering strength. Confidence doesn't mean never feeling fear, and resilience doesn't mean never stumbling. It means having the courage to keep going, to keep growing, and to keep believing that your journey is worth every step. So own your journey, every moment of it, with confidence in your purpose and resilience in your spirit. The world may try to tell you who you should be or how your life should unfold, but remember, the only path you need to follow is your own. And as long as you continue to trust the process, stay resilient in the face of challenges, and believe in your own strength, you will find that the journey itself is the greatest gift you could ever give yourself.